unless you do.
We try so hard in our lives to fit in. We try to fit into certain groups, certain frats, certain sororities, among certain friends, yet the people we idolize are the ones that stand out. But when you're prepared, there is no fear. There is no fear of failure, because even if you've walked out of something and you feel like you failed at it, your preparation is so strong that you're gonna take that failure and turn it into the outcome you desire. And most people stop at failure, okay? We've all failed at things. I'm gonna continue to fail at stuff, right? It's the most powerful tool you can use, but it all depends on how you use it.
What would your future be like if you decided to want that which you desire so strongly that it prepares you past your fears, that you experience the fear, as the one book says, feel the fear and do it anyway.
Life is 10% what happens to you, it's 90% what you do about it. No matter who you are, no matter where you are in life, you can take the lid off of your job. And if you're wondering if you still have the lid on in your life, here are some clues that's gonna let you know that the lid is still on. If you're not excited about waking up in the morning, if you're sitting around bored out of your mind, if you got time to do everything anybody asks you to do, you probably got the lid on. If when you tell your dreams to all your friends, it makes sense to them, you got your lid on, man. Your dreams should not make sense to everybody. You gotta say something that make people go, how you gonna do that? That's when you got the lid off. And if I were you, I'd do that. I'd take the lid off. Makes sense to me, don't it?
They're always gonna get ready to get set to get going. What we've gotta do is, boom, just like that, move into action.
Every time you remember your dream, you're removing some dirt. You're digging it back out. The true mark of a champion is even though some dirt gets thrown on your dream, instead of letting it get buried, you keep shaking it off. You keep moving forward. You keep looking for a new opportunity. You wouldn't be having that opposition if you didn't have something great in you. If your dream wasn't alive and on track, right on schedule to come to pass, you wouldn't have so many things coming against you. That dream is still alive. You may have tried a year ago, 5 years ago, or 40 years ago. Didn't work out. Nobody was there to help you. Go back and try again. This is your time. This is your moment. Your destiny is calling out to you. Can I tell you, your dream is not dead. It's just not in season. Your time is coming. Promotion is coming. Good breaks are coming. Promises you've been standing on. Dreams you've been praying about. Lack is not your destiny. Constantly struggling, barely getting by is not the end of your story. These light afflictions are for a moment. The adversity is temporary. The glory is eternal. Lord, I believe this is my year to get healthy and whole. This is my year to meet the people of my dreams. This is my year to go further in my career, to step into a new level of my destiny. This is my year to accomplish dreams, to break free from this depression. This is my year to meet the right people. This is my year to get healthy and whole. This is your year to see double. This is your year for vindication, for restoration, for new beginnings. Now get your mind going in the right direction.
Here's the secret. The people that do the most with their lives, the people that seem the most self-assured, the ones that seem to embody confidence, the ones that seem to define confidence, they're the ones that had to face down the most fear. They simply didn't linger in it.
Don't hate your competitors. Respect your competitors. Learn from him.
I had a very important person in my life come to me and say, who's your hero? And I said, I don't know, I gotta think about that. Give me a couple of weeks. I said, I thought about it. You know who it is? I said, it's me in 10 years. So I turned 25 10 years later. That same person comes to me and goes, so are you a hero? And I was like, not even close. said, why? I said, because my hero is me at 35. So you see, every day, every week, every month, and every year of my life, my hero is always 10 years away. I'm never going to be a hero. I'm not going to attain that. I know I'm not. And that's just fine with me because that keeps me with somebody to keep on chasing.
That's the thing. Success and failure are generally slow processes. Either slowly building things up or gradually tearing them down. And that's why I say you've got to pay attention. You have to watch. You have to watch every single second.
Choose love, and don't ever let fear turn you against your playful heart.
I believe in manifestation. I believe in putting a rocket of desire out into the universe, and you get it when you believe it. You get it when you believe you have it, and that's the key.
So we want to get really sensitized, acutely sensitized, sensory acuity, to whether what we're doing is working or not. And by the way, sensory acuity is really the measure of a person's intelligence. What I mean by that is, how do we measure intelligence? Intelligence is a measure of the number and quality of distinctions you have in a given situation.
You can handle this, you just haven't figured it out yet. It's all right, this is your training period. This is the tuition you have to pay for what you don't know. You can do this, other people have done it. It doesn't take an Einstein. Get you some people that can teach you some stuff that you don't know. Get you some people that have done it successfully and learn from them. Take some seminars, workshops, read some books on how to manage a business. Change the way you see yourself and begin to tend to the personal details. Understand that nobody's going to take care of your business better than you.
You will notice the most successful people in any field, they are usually the ones who have failed more than anybody else. You see the difference between a successful person and everyone else? It's not a lack of strength. It's not a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of will.
It's up to you in a world where we're taught to look outside for answers, for a job that will make us happy, for money that will make us happy. The answer is within. We already have it. We already have the answer, but will we unleash it? Will we give it? Will we own it? Will we truly reinvent ourselves to become the people that we're capable of becoming?
The bow too tightly strung is easily broken, says one of the proverbs. Balance is a gorgeous thing. So be monomaniacal in your execution around your high-value targets, your HVTs, your mission plan, but also build in some rewards. And that's going to send a gorgeous message to your conscious and your subconscious mind that, hey, this daily practice of execution around my deliverables is a beautiful thing. And you create this thing called momentum. And the monk who sold his Ferrari, I went back and I saw this recently. I think there's a whole chapter on momentum. And you become like this. I love skiing. You start off small, but as you go down the slope, you pick up momentum. A lot of people say, Robin, where do I start? I want to start a new business. I want to become a better artist. I want to find the love of my life. I want to be a world-class creative. I want to multiply my financial life. Where do I start? You just start. You just start. There's great power in the start. And when you start, life starts supporting you.
Well, God wants us all to be courageous because He knows we'll face times in life and situations and circumstances that it takes more than just a desire, it takes courage. Many people operate on the basis of fear, on the basis of what other people think. We as believers should operate on the basis of courage. Courage to say no when we ought to say no. Courage to say yes when we should say yes. So what kind of courage do you have? Is yours sort of floating between depending on the situation? Or do you know the difference between right and wrong for your life? And you've made up your mind.
Ask yourself one question. Am I a doer or a dabbler? Marketers are doers. They want to sell online and make a profit doing it. Marketers say they make it hard at times, but it's possible. Dabblers say it may be possible, but it's too hard. Marketers have proven plans and frameworks. Dabblers have excuses. Marketers see possibilities. Dabblers see problems. Marketers make it happen. Dabblers let it happen. Marketers sell on Launchcard. Dabblers exist on other platforms. Which are you, a marketer or a dabbler? I am a marketer.
Boom, bam. I'm a marketer. You a marketer? I am a marketer. Write that down. Put it in a little sticky note. Look at it everywhere you go. And today we are jumping into, I'm getting back to doing live trainings 3 days a week. Pretty excited about. And today I'm going to bring up 2 other trusted new digital marketing experts, gurus, compadres, amazing women that are in my life. Welcome, Ivy, and welcome, CJ.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, good to be here. Okay, so here's what's going on, everybody. So we are, if you guys missed the announcement, we put out an announcement yesterday about Launch Commerce and a whole new rebrand of the company and what we're doing. And we are rebranding and relaunching Launch Academy as Launch AI Academy. And today is session 1 of what we're doing and for content for Launch Academy. And we're going to break the glass ceiling. And I'm going to basically be switching back and forth, and the ladies can come on and comment and add to what I'm teaching and coaching. But the goal is we want you to understand that you, oh, should I say it this way? Should I say it this way? You are your biggest problem. Okay, maybe I should say it this way. I'm my biggest problem. We got to get out of our own way. So we want to help you understand how to use AI and leverage AI and change your self-image with doing that. So with that being said, here's what I want to do. For the next 45 minutes, however long it is, we're not going to just train you on tactics and strategies. We're going to help you switch your mindset. We're going to help you switch your self-identity. We're going to do some experiential learning, and we're going to take things to a whole nother level. And this is day 1 of 3 days of content that literally can transform your business, transform your life, transform how you use AI. So with that being said, let me go full screen here, and I want to make a point. So one of the things that I always do, and when I do these live trainings, is I like to start with the mindset minute. And sometimes I refer to it as writer's wisdom because my last name's Writer. And I don't ever want to take credit for the wisdom or the mindset that I'm giving you, but I do want to tell you how important I rank it in my life. Mindset is everything. Like if you can't figure out what's going on between your 2 ears, you can't figure it out. Like you cannot accomplish what you want to accomplish. And I've had some of the toughest times in my life in the last 24 to 40, probably about 3 years. When my wife started getting cancer and the business and the growth and AI, it's been tough, right? So I'm speaking to myself. I'm no different than you. And we're here together, and we want to start bringing our community back, doing trainings and helping you succeed. So with that being said, I want you to understand this, that most small business owners, they don't have a skill problem, right? Especially now. There's no excuse for skill, and that's what we're going to kind of get into today. You kind of have an identity ceiling. And so today's going to be different. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a quick little video that's going to set the stage. And I love this video. I've been blessed to have shared the stage with this gentleman many a times. I'm friends with his family. They're clients of Launch Commerce. And this is what we have to figure out. So write down these 2 words, possible. And I'm going to have my friend, my mentor, Les Brown, explain to you what that means about being it's possible. Okay, boom.
Oh, y'all look good. I want you to look at something right now. Think of some major goal you want, or maybe it's one you're already working on and you have experienced a lot of setbacks, a lot of defeats. You've experienced a lot of disappointment. Maybe you've already given up. And maybe you just need a little fire, a little encouragement to get back in the game again. Here's what I want you to look at. There are winners, and there are losers, and there are people who have not discovered how to win. And all they need is some coaching. All they need is some help and assistance, just a little support. All they need is some insight or a different strategy, a plan of action to make some adjustments that will open up the key to a whole new future for them, that will give them access to the unlimited power that they have within themselves. That's all that they need. So what I want you to do is think about something you want for you, that's real for you, that's important for you, that will give your life some special meaning and power. And I don't even want you to say, I can do that. I don't want you to assume that. See, 5 years ago when I started out in this area, I would not have been able to make the mental leap that I would be up to where I am right now. I don't want you to begin to just psych yourself out. No. I want you to be able to say something to yourself that will enable you to maintain a level of integrity with yourself. That when you say this, even when you face tremendous setbacks, it will be a benchmark to keep you in the game, to keep you moving forward and experimenting and readjusting your strategy and your plan of action, continuously looking for ways to win. So what is that something? When you got an idea you want to move on, you might not have the money, you might not have the education, you might not have the support or the resources you need. What is that something that can keep us going, that will enable us to act on our dream? What's one of those keys that will begin to help us to discover the secrets to our dream? Here's what I want you to repeat after me, please, with power and conviction. Say, it's possible. It's possible. That's all I want you to do when you look at your dream. Just say to yourself every day, it's possible.
All right. So there you go. So look, really quick. It's possible. Frame that. It's possible. Sticky note it. Put it everywhere. Talk to yourself. Tell yourself it's possible. All you have to do is change that one belief that it's possible. When I was spending $100,000 a day on ads, I didn't even think I didn't even think I'd ever be doing that. $100,000 a day on ads, right? So, and then it helps you have integrity with yourself. Change that belief to it's possible, and that's the starting point. And here's my notes I wrote down, right? Some people have not discovered how to win, and we need the wisdom, we need the insight, we need the help, we need the coaching, we need the mentoring, which is why you're listening to this. And I say thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time. We value you. We value your time, right? We want to help get you insight. We want to help you have a plan of action, which we're going to have a little bit of that today too. We want to have you tap in and access your inner strength, your inner power, right? So go ahead right now with conviction, say it's possible. Okay, your turn. It's possible. I need to hear you ladies say it.
It's possible.
That's what I thought. So have you guys either seen that little speech before?
I don't think so.
Okay, so Ivy, give me your thoughts and comments on that.
I agree with you that, if you don't know what the target is, and you don't believe in it, then you can't take it anywhere else.
Okay, cool. All right, CJ, your turn. What do you think about that?
I think just by knowing it's possible or just agreeing that it's possible, it at least gets you moving in the right direction so that you're not stuck. So I love that. It's possible. It's possible. Just repeating it sounds great.
It's so good, right? Because psychology and everything, they figured out where if we don't believe it's possible, our subconscious mind will sabotage us and never allow us to succeed, right? So that's the frame that we have to change. Okay, with that being said, here's what we're going to do. I have notes and notes and notes, and typically I put together these PowerPoints, but I said I'm going to do this for my notes, and then that way we're going to create a bunch of social media content. So again, why are we doing this, and why are we doing it structured the way we're doing it? One is we want to help you. We want to help give you insights. We will help and strengthen your inner, get you going, right? Get you wherever you need to go. We want to teach you the tools. But like CJ said to me this morning, between the three of us, we've been tinkling and playing with all kinds of AI toys. And I've been on overwhelm. You guys been on overwhelm with all the AI options we have? It's just been like shiny object syndrome. And I've literally played with, bought, and invested in hundreds of platforms. We've been building our software and adding it to our software. There's all kinds of amazing things with our softwares. And so what we want to do is we want to distill it down to the bare bones basics, the must-haves. Going back to when I started LaunchCart, we said, hey, we have to have what we call the must-haves. And the must-haves are things that they're not an option in today's business world, society, culture, whatever, as opposed to the should-haves. There's a whole bunch of should-haves, but there's a couple must-haves as a business owner that we want you to learn today. They're going to take your AI journey to accomplish this one thing. AI is not going to replace you. It's going to expand you, right? Okay. So with that being said, I want to kind of jump into a creative, what we call, I learned this from a friend of mine the other day. Eric Lofholm did this. I'm like, that is so clever. Okay. So I want everyone watching this, pick a number 1 or pick a number 2. Just in your own mind, pick a number 1, number 2. Okay, Ivy, what number did you pick?
2.
What about you,
I
CJ?
picked 1.
Okay,
1.
perfect. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of what I call experiential learning, and we'll make it real short, but it's going to hopefully have a big impact on your self-image, because part of the thing about being it's possible is we have to believe ourselves it's possible, and so we have to believe what we can do, what we can accomplish. So this idea is I want you to do something that you've probably never been asked before to do. And that is in the next 2 or 3 or 4 minutes, 4 minutes max. I don't even think I'm going to give you that long. I want you to sit down. We'll calm down. We'll maybe play some background music. And I want you to write a country western song, like the lyrics to a country western song. Okay. So look, everyone who's listening right now live and on the replay, like you pick the number, and I'm gonna tell you what number 1, number 2, the difference between number 1 and 2 is in a second. But here's the goal. The goal is you're gonna sit down and you're gonna write a country western song, the lyrics to a country western song. Now, for me, I've never written a song in my life, and I'm willing to bet that neither you have either. Have either one of you written a country western song? Okay, cool. So here's the rules. If you pick the number 1, you can use AI. If you pick the number 2, you can't. Okay? So let's take a few minutes and let's just see if we can write a country western song. Do you guys get what's going on here? Yeah, are you guys getting
That's not happening. Like, all I know is all the other country western songs, but I don't think I could write my own. That would take forever.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go write one because I picked the one that allows me to use AI. So here's what I'm doing. I'm gonna share my screen, and I'm gonna show you guys what I do. Now, if you got AI, you take 2 minutes and write your own country western song. And I'm gonna share my screen, and I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna go to my favorite Claude, and I want to write a country western song that's about 3 minutes long, that incorporates these changing times that we live in, the love for my faith, the love for my family, and the love for my freedom, with an exclamation point on my granddaughter, Kamaya. And I nicknamed her KJ. So as you can see, I used the talking thing, and I just talked right into Claude, and I'm going to hit go. And it's going to think about what I said, and it's going to come back in a minute or so, and it's going to see if I wrote a country western song, right? So this is the experiential learning that I want everyone to understand. Okay, here it is. Here's my song already. Faith, family, and free. Verse 1, the The world outside keeps on spinning fast. Feel like nothing but built to last. Phones are buzzing, news is loud, hard to find your feet in the crowd. But I walk out on my front porch at dawn, feel the good day Lord's hand, and I carry on. Some things change and some things stay, and I know exactly what holds me today. Okay, seriously, people. I did not think of myself as a country western songwriter a few minutes ago. And if you got to use AI, I'm assuming you didn't either. But see, now I hope that expands your thought process. Like literally, you could write songs. And I got to tell you, I have about 45 people that have invested in my company over the years. Two of them are, and they're well above 50. Two of them are making their time writing songs, getting them listed on Spotify. One of them got like listed in the top 50 songs on Spotify, creating an AI avatar, and they're just having a blast, not only writing the lyrics and writing the songs, but then putting it to some music and to some beats and all, and basically creating music for the intention of selling their music. Is that unbelievable? Now, have you guys ever thought that you might be a country western singer songwriter, or does it even interest you to do something like that?
I love that idea, actually, because it puts the idea that I had with music, which I can't write at all, and it puts me in a position where I've been able to be creative with essentially an AI coach and put it out there. And some people are even singing it for themselves in the background. That's what I had heard. I want you to know I only, because I didn't get AI, I now know how people who don't use AI feel once they discover AI, right? Like it's life changing. I got 3 lines down, something like I lost my job, I lost my dog, I lost my life in a fog. That's all I got on my
That's
own.
not bad.
On my own.
That's not bad. All right. So again, this is like a little exercise to kind of prove a point that AI has the ability to change your life, your creativity, the things that you can do, the things that you want to do. And here's the thing that I want you to understand most. It ain't going anywhere. It's here to stay. And you can either ride the AI train and leverage it to your benefit, to your family's benefit, to your children's benefit, or you're going to find yourself in a world of hurt in the next 3 to 4 years. It's scary in some regards, but when we say let's not make it scary, let's take it and let's leverage it and let's use it and let's take this tool and make it ours and expand our thought process on what we're doing, where we're going. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to take that one other level. And what I'd like to do is, and I'll give Ivy a minute to think about this, but I know Ivy is a digital marketing copywriter, and she's been writing copy for years and years and years and years. And she's an expert at writing copy and basically eliciting orders and stuff through email marketing and copywriting and things of that nature. So I want you to I'll give you like a minute, but I want you to kind of describe to everybody how you use AI to help you do what you've been doing, okay? And then CJ, let me ask you a question. Have you been using AI to create images by any chance?
Yes, actually, logos for my new podcast that's coming out. Um, and what has been very interesting is doing like an AI twin. So I don't have to take photographs of myself all the time. Like I can change up the AI twins outfit. Those two things really have made a big difference. And here's the thing for me that I have found out. It's just because it didn't work that well 2 months ago or even a week ago, they come out with new stuff and upgrading all the time. So I'm finding like maybe a tool that I didn't use 2 months ago is now really a great tool to use. So that's the other thing about AI. And what I love about what you're doing here is that you're keeping people now up to date with the changes and how to use things. So, different things can help, and it depends on the time when you started them. So what I used to use and what I now use and how my prompts have changed over like the last 7 to 8 months is pretty significant. And you doing this allows us to keep up with that without having to be business owners and also try to figure out how to use AI. You shorten that learning curve for us. So thank you for that.
Well, no, I appreciate that. And I'm going to share my screen one more time, and I'm going to show you again, if you haven't done it and you don't know how to do it and you've never used it, you think, well, how can I create images? I am not a graphic designer. As a matter of fact, the thumbnail I created for today's session, I did create that in Canva as a point that it's like not very good. So I'm going to show you something real quick. So let me share my screen again. So I'm in Gemini, and Gemini has a thing called Nana Banana. And Nana Banana, I'm just going to go to, I want you to go back. Nana Banana is one of the best image creators out there. So I'm here, and I'm going to hit create an image, okay? And then I'm going to type in here, take this image that I created this morning in Canva, keep the logo and the light in the top left exactly the same, keep the Launch Academy and the AI the same, keep Winnie the Pooh and Piglet the same with his little thought bubble, but make it look real high tech and really cool, and make it look better. That would really represent the day of AI. Okay, so I talk everything. So I just talked in here. Then I'm going to create, and I'm going to upload the image I created with AI. And by the way, just in case you guys didn't see it, oh, I can't. The way I got a new 49-inch monitor. I can't share it the way I'm thinking. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hit go. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. I do not spend a lot of time creating images. I do have a virtual assistant that creates images and video editing for me. But if I need something and I want something, I can do it. And I've talked to my daughter Candace about this, and I'm really going to make a commitment to not only figure out how to make better images, but also I'm going to figure out how I want to create that intro, that launch cart intro of the world, and and I get the little music, and I get going, and I dance in my seat for a few seconds. Then I got that actor's voice talking about, are you a marketer? Are you a dabbler? I'm going to redo all that with AI. Okay, now see what happened. Let's see what happened here. See, now it came back and said, I can't generate that because it won't do it with Winnie Pooh. Okay, so I'll say, okay, remove Winnie the Pooh. Just put a teddy bear there with a little pig. Okay, so because I'm using Disney characters, it won't allow me to recreate it. That's a copyright infringement. So again, you see how I might have got in trouble there, but I didn't get in trouble there because it protected me. It protected me from myself, which God knows I need that a lot. Okay, so here we come. There we go. And you can see what it did. It gave it some background. It gave a shadow to the AI doesn't replace you. It expands you. It kept everything the way it was. Very cool, right? So there literally is no excuse for not being able to create images, ideas, social posts, social media posts, and everything we need to function in a digital marketing world and to do what I teach all the time. What do I teach all the time? Be more attractive, be more visible, and be easier to do business with. And that's why we're using these tools to upgrade. And before we're done out of this 3-day series, I'm going to build a brand new website in front of your eyes in less than 10 minutes. It's going to blow your mind. Okay, so I'm going to show you these tools, and I'm going to expand your thought process, expand your horizon, but we're going to basically take you to a whole nother level because we want you to be more visible, or be more attractive. We want you to look nice and have a nice looking website, be more attractive. And you can even take photos of you and make yourself look more attractive, which I like, like, what do I look like 20 pounds later? And then we're going to help you be more visible by putting these images out through social media and AI automation. Then we're going to show you how to be easier to do business with the AI answering service, the AI chat widgets, and the Google reviews and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So let me ask you, ladies, you guys have any comments, and I'll go to Ivy first. Any comments you want to add to that, or any thoughts on that?
Nope.
Okay. How about you, Sanjay?
You know, the only comment that I have is, again, just really, we've played with this AI a lot, and we're using it every day, and we're trying different tools when something new comes out. And um, just the ability to bring that to our audience and make them and our newsletter filled with these things that are working right now so people can shorten how much time they're spending on their business and get more time freedom by using and leveraging AI. Like you said, AI is here to stay. And by leveraging it and using what you're teaching us, that is going to make a huge difference in getting leads and getting sales and making profits. No promises, disclaimer, but use it and take advantage of that.
Yeah. Okay, Ivy, your turn to tell everyone how you've been using AI as a copywriter, and then also if you have any feelings on that job as a copywriter because of AI. It's all you.
I think AI is here to assist us. So I think people have like kind of an adverse reaction to some things that are perfect. And AI does make really perfect looking graphics and it writes things kind of perfect. So I like to, when I'm doing emails or landing pages, I like to write out and brain dump everything super imperfectly, which I never was able to do before. When I had to write everything myself, it was like one sentence at a time, and it was like you're editing it as you go. But with AI, you can just brain dump, what words you have to use and whatever's coming to you naturally. And then you can just, as you're typing, fill in the gap here, and you can say, use this page as a resource. I want to add this to this paragraph. You can tell it word count, like whatever you're training it, and it's assisting you. And I often will get something back and then I'll humanize it even more. I'll edit it or I'll tell it to go back to, what I originally wrote more, to make it sound a lot more human. But it helps a lot. I mean, it gives options for subject lines and stuff like that. Does that help?
That's awesome. No, and again, I'm gonna kind of like lay some foundation for everybody, because like we're right now we're in that phase of it's possible. Expanding your mindset, expanding your self-image, expanding your identity of what you can accomplish now that you couldn't accomplish. I have never been a copywriter. I don't like it. I'm not good at it, but now I'm a great copywriter. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can be a great copywriter now too, right? And then again, going back to people like Ivy, who's been a copywriter, that's been her job, she needs to be aware that a lot of people are going to be doing copywriting herself. So she needs to be able to leverage her skills to be even better than the rest, right? Which we're going to get into that too. So again, 5 minutes ago, hopefully we've expanded your mindset of what's possible and that you can use these tools to do this right? It's not about AI, it's about your identity. It's about you saying to yourself, it's possible, let me go play with this, let me go do this. And then as you start to train it about you, which we're going to get into real depth here soon, you now can have it be your confidant, your advisor. Some people are even using it for consultations. I like doing a mastermind. I got to go. So, and by the way, because this platform we're on will clip out little clips, when I go full screen, it's because I'm going to say something that I want to get clipped out. So I love doing a mastermind with Elon Musk and Tony Robbins and Peter Diamandis, right? We say, you're in a mastermind with those three guys? Yeah, but it doesn't cost me the hundreds of thousands of dollars that they charge. I just go into my favorite AI tool and go, hey, I got this challenge, I got this business situation, I got this situation, and I want to be in a room with Peter Diamandis, Tony Robbins, and Elon Musk, and I want to present to them my challenge, what's going on, and I want you to give me back exactly what you think they would say based on everything you know about them, about my challenge. And literally in seconds, it's going to give me something what Tony Robbins would phrase it, and how Elon Musk would phrase it, how Peter Diamandis phrase it, and I'm basically in a mastermind with those people. It's incredible, and you need to take advantage of it. Clip that. Okay, so I just love doing that mastermind stuff. Okay, so here's the thing. Like, say this out loud to yourself. I am not limited by my skill anymore. Right? I am not limited by my skill. You're not. You're limited how you see yourself. And then that's probably good too. So let's do that again. You are not limited by your skill. Say it to yourself. I am not limited by my skill. You're limited about how you see yourself. And now with AI, it expands how you can see yourself. It expands everything you're capable of. And that's an emotional pivot. That's an emotional pivot that could literally change your life, change your customer's life, change your team's life. And by the way, I suggest that you like this, you comment this, you subscribe to the channel, you share this on your feed, and you get every single person on your team to watch this. This isn't play date stuff. This is change your business, change your life, get on the AI train or die. Remember, anyone who's known me for a long time, I always had this slide in my slideshows called, it said, innovate or die. This is where we're at. You innovate with AI or you're going to die. It absolutely 100% is going to change the planet as we know it. I'll give you another example of that real quick. So yesterday I was watching the Moonshots podcast with Peter Diamandis and a couple of his guys and Elon Musk. And Elon Musk said, yeah, it's happening every day. And I'm like, well, what's happening every day? He's like, yeah, you see something come out or a new feature, new functionality, or something happens. And it's like, wow, that was incredible. And then he goes, you think, boy, that was like, once a month thing. And then like 2 days later, it happens again. And then 2 days later, it happens again. And 2 days later, it happens again. And here's the point I want to make. If you hear Elon Musk with his brain and his mind and his big thinking saying, wow, I can't believe we achieved that. Wow, that happened. Then you got to believe something big is on the horizons that most of us have no clue what's going on. So any comments or questions about that? And then I'm going to move on to number 2. Anything?
Just happen. To me, it's just happening fast. What we talk about it all the time, Greg, where we look at something in AI or a tool and the tool gets upgraded. And that's one of the things, and I know I feel like you're paying me to say a lot, but you're not paying me at all. It's because it's true, Greg, that what you've done with your tools and the whole launch family is created tools that when they upgrade, that you bring that to the clients and to the audience here so that they can go implement it right away and leverage it. And that's what I just love about this and the whole launch family is the ability to use all these tools for creating more business for yourself and making it easier. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but that's what we're here for.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. Okay, so here is the next concept that we have to move on to. So we got the mindset. We're believing it's possible. We're expanding our identity. We're expanding our self-image with these new tools. Okay, so now here's the next thing we have to understand. And this is so critical, right? People don't understand this. People are using these AI tools, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Perplexity, all these different things. They're using it kind of like Google, where you're kind of doing search. And it's pretty good at that too. It's a little better. But random prompts, random outputs, and no real thought process on what you're doing. So what we're going to do here is we're going to transition to, they skip the foundation. And mostly you skip the foundation because you've never been taught. But this is the most important, critical aspect of using AI that anyone's ever told you. Okay? And I call it the foundation. And we actually call it the AI operating system, which, by the way, it's right there, the AI operating system. And who came up with that great name? Who came up with that great name? Claude. I didn't come up with it. That was such a great name. The AI operating system. Okay? So here's what it is. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I'm going to kind of teach this concept, and then I'll get the comments from the ladies, and then we'll go on to the next concept. So here's the first concept. Here's number 1 of the AI operating system. We have to create a business context document. And the reason why we have to create this, and I'll tell you what it is because, excuse the expression, crap in, crap out. Depending on what you ask and what you put into these wicked smart tools is going to dictate what you get out. So as it relates to your business, as it relates to your life, as it relates to your marketing department, as it relates to your advertising department, as it relates to your service department. It doesn't matter, right? You create a master business context document. What is a master business context document? It's what you do. It's what you sell. It's the price points of what you sell. It's the delivery of what you sell. How do you sell it? How do you serve? How do you deliver? It's your positioning. It's your goals. It's your ideal client avatars. It's your address. It's your incorporation date. It's your corporate structure. It's your team size. It's everything about your business. And I spent about 4 hours on AI creating mine. That's a long time. But that 4 hours now saves me about 40 hours a week. Would you exchange 4 hours of your time to save 40 hours a week? Of course you would, right? So you have to get really, really into this concept of creating a business context document. And I do this with every client that I work with. I get with them, I scan their website, I take screenshots of their websites, what books have they written, what videos have they done, I transcribe their videos, I get their books, I have Matt fill out some questionnaires, and I basically compile anything and everything I can to help them create their business context document. I give it to them, let them add to it, edit to it, and now I have a context document. So when I want to write emails on their behalf, when I want to write landing pages on their behalf, when I want to create whole websites on their behalf, I have all the information and it happens in minutes. Okay, so that's part A. So ladies, do you guys have any comments or questions? And have you ever heard that concept before? I'll go with you first, Ivy.
I think it's amazing. I think you're right that like people miss like how to prompt these things and like what knowledge base. I think knowledge base is kind of a terminology that you use when you're training AI. It needs context, like you're saying, the word context.
Yep. Okay, how about you, CJ?
For sure, when you're training it, the other thing important into training is for it, especially with certain AIs, you also have to let it know that only this project is for this, because sometimes it has a memory and it tries to bring in other people's project into the project. So I think it's important to also know within the context is what also is excluded as well. And I want to give a special shout out to Barry. Yes, we see your notes.
Oh, Barry's here. What's going on, Barry? Woo! What's going on? Yeah, we see it. Great clip. I love Barry. Okay, so with that being said, and I'm gonna share my screen one more time real quick. One of the things that she just said is very, very, very critical for you to get the most out of your tool. So I'm in Claude, and I click on projects. And you can see on projects, I have launch data project, I have client Derek project, I have a launch commerce project, I have a client Scott Shields project, I have an OpenClaw project, I have a launch AI workforce project, I have a Marshall Silver project, I have a launch academy project, I have Dr. Sanjay, client Lewis Herms, I have one for my mom, Sorbo Studios, launch ads, pocket offer. You get it? So every time I'm doing something with launch commerce, I'm doing it in the launch commerce project, and I'm training Claude to use to know everything about launch commerce and not to mix communications from one project to another. Most people don't necessarily have this challenge because they don't have 5 businesses or 7 products, right? So we do, and plus we work with a lot of clients. But if it's just you and your business, you want to basically create projects, and then as you're doing things, put things in projects in buckets. And even ChatGPT has projects, right? And I use both of them. I prefer Claude for writing email, writing copy, writing business plans, plus programming certain things. I prefer ChatGPT for quick answers, quick concepts. I like it for some of the marketing stuff, and that kind of stuff. So again, none of this matters if I start prompting it and telling it to do stuff for me without the business context document. I'm at a disadvantage. Okay. Now, here's where we're going to move on to number 2. So that's part A. Sequence. I'm really big on sequence. So start and get and complete your business context document. This is your homework before tomorrow. Get your business context document created. And then you save it in a Word file, save it on your computer, that every time you need to use it, you upload, hey, review my business context document, help me with this. Okay. Now, part 2 to that is what I'm going to call, or what we call the brand voice document. The brand voice document. And this is critical, right? We all speak different languages. We all have different cultures. We all come from a different place. And when a client says to you, I want you to help me write emails, Ivy's writing emails in their voice. She's not writing in her voice. She's not writing it in my voice. She has to write it in their voice, right? So what we want to do is we want to create a brand voice document for us. So I have a brand voice document for me. And how did I get that? I took the book that I wrote, the only one book I wrote, called Saving America One Crowd at a Time. I took about 5 videos where I've done these hour-long trainings of just me. I went to YouTube and just get the transcription. I download the transcription, and then I go into ChatGPT, I go into Claude, and I created one for Claude, I created one for ChatGPT, and I created one in X as well. So I created 3 of them, and I kind of merged them all together to get this brand voice document. And then I give it a prompt that says, and let me find the prompt. Hold on. Where is my prompt? Yeah, hold on. I just thought of something. Okay, I'm going to share I'm going to because I just want to. I'm going to share with you guys how I don't think of myself as very organized, but let me share with you a different how I function and what I do, and I'm going to share another hack too, right? So I'm going to present. Oh, wait, I got to stop the screen share. I got to start another screen share because I have a different window I have to share this time. Let's do this window. Let's do this one. I hope you guys don't see anything that shouldn't see. Okay, so when I come into my drive and I use a PC, I have a folder here called AI ICPs and frameworks and context documents. So every client I have, Dr. Sanjay, right? I've got their ICP, which stands for Ideal Client Profile, and you can see the Laguna Institute of Functional Medicine Master Business Context Document. So I organize them in folders. So every single time I want to do something on behalf of Dr. Sanjay, I'm using this information. So, and I actually learned this concept from one of the guys I just really respect called Alex Hermosi. And Alex Hermosi is amazing. And I end up, you guys don't see that Word document, do you? Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna find the. Okay, here it is. So when you give it a prompt, I say, okay, here is the book that I wrote. Here's transcripts from all my videos, and oh, my mouse quit working. What's going on here? And I want you to evaluate and analyze my text, how it's written. What are my common patterns? Like an example could be hook, story, lesson, framework, call to action. Are there any distinct sections or acts that I do? How do I typically open? How do I typically close? What is the logical flow? What is the sentence structure? Is it mostly short, mostly long? Is it mixed? What is my syntax and construction? Is it simple? Is it complex? What patterns do I use? Stacked clauses, lists, if-thens, and I say stuff like until your success, or hey, that's a good training moment. Write that down. Put it on a sticky note. Right? Framing and reframing. How do I use contrast? How do I use emotional triggers? How do I format it? What's my paragraph length? And so you basically create this prompt that says, hey, take all the things I've written, and then with everything that I've written, create me my brand voice in my brand. And then when it creates it, read it, review it, tell it to edit it where you feel it needs to be edited. Now we have a business context document and a brand voice document, and oh, we're almost there. That's 2 out of the 3-legged stool that now you can create anything. So have you ladies ever heard anything like this? Any thoughts or comments? We'll go to Ivy first.
I mean, we see all over the internet like the prompts that are working well for people, and I think a lot of the AI advice is like just pieces, and for me too. That's why I'm here, and I love what you've created. And then training, I've been hired to train AI assistants and run into roadblocks, and needing to create that knowledge base for it to use. So I think it's great. It's a good idea.
Perfect. How about you, CJ?
Mic muted. Oh, surprise. So when I've done those kind of projects in the past, getting that context was super important and it makes it so much easier. And like Ivy was saying, you get these little tidbits all over from everywhere, but it's so hard to put them all together. And so finding a way, that's why we are all here today, is because we had that discussion and we knew that our people needed this. You know, our clients in launch really needed to be able to see how we were doing this. And Ivy brings such a great thing to the table with all her knowledge. She's going to make it so much easier. Anyway, I just love it.
Okay, cool, because it's so important, right? And at minimum, create your brand voice with your tone, your energy, your rhythm, your vocabulary. And again, we always want to dumb down our vocabulary. Like if you could write to a third grader, great. Fifth grader, okay. I mean, third grader's great. Fifth grader's okay. Anything eighth grade, you're you know. And it's not that you want to try to talk down to people. It's that you just want to communicate in a way that people understand. It's clear and concise. And I'm not good at that. I'm like, my wife's always telling me, what, she doesn't understand, you need to speak differently. So it's hard to do, but when you, like, as a copywriter, like with Ivy, you intentionally do this stuff to get people to read it. And then of course, in your stuff, what to avoid. Like for me, in everything I write, when appropriate, I don't want to hide my faith. Like hey, I prayed and God told me this, or God gave me this vision. That's how I speak. That's my reality. That's who I am, and I'm not going to change it. Whereas if I just ask ChatGPT without giving it my brand voice, or Claude, or Grok, or any of them, hey, write me these emails, it's going to write some good emails, but they sound like AI. They don't sound like me, and they don't refer to my products, my services, and the nomenclature of my products and services, right? So going back before, it's like when I was talking about LaunchCard, I had the must-haves and the should-haves. That's been part of my language and my language skills and my nomenclature since the day I started LaunchCard in 2019. Okay, so the bottom line is most AI sounds generic because it is generic. It's because what you give it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I am going to talk about subject number 3. Okay, we have our business context document. We have our brand voice document. Now, the last piece to this puzzle, the third leg of this stool that you need to really benefit and really leverage AI to your benefit for speed, to save you time, to save you money, to make you money, is you need an ICP, which is the acronym for Ideal Client Avatar. Ideal Client Avatar. Now, I'm going to give everybody watching this, we're going to find the link before this is over, and I'm going to give everybody a freebie. Freebie. How many of you guys want a freebie? Put freebie in the chat if you want a freebie. I created, and I spent a fair amount of time creating this. It's called the Goldilocks Customer Blueprint. And it's a Goldilocks customer blueprint. Do this one thing to fix your ads, emails, funnels in under 10 minutes. A 10-minute messaging fix that drives more leads and sales, guaranteed. And the idea is we want to find our Goldilocks customer. We want to find our Goldilocks customer, and I'll blow this up a little bit. And the reason I use that terminology, Goldilocks, is one is we want to try to tie stories into our copywriting, into our marketing that make it memorable. And what makes this memorable is, remember the story about the Goldilocks, right? The porridge was too hot, the porridge was too cold, the porridge was just right, right? And most marketers and most marketing firms and most people, they cheat. They do not help you figure out who your ideal customer profile really is. And you want to really spend some time and really spend some energy, and it used to take a lot of time and a lot of energy to figure out who your ideal client avatar is. Don't tell me it's women. Don't tell me it's women over the age of 40. Don't tell me it's women over the age of 40 that drives a Chevrolet. Tell me it's a woman over 40 drives a Chevrolet that has 500,000 in income, that has these fears, has 3 kids. Like, we got to get deep on the demographics and the psychographics of that ideal client profile. Now, why do we want to have that ideal client profile? Because there's this thing called the buying spectrum. And over here's A is they're not ready to buy, and if Barry's still listening, Barry heard me teach this in 2004. This content is timeless. Okay, you have the buying spectrum where people are here and over here's where they want to go. And think of a line in between where they're at and where they want to go. This is the buying spectrum, right? And at any given time in the world and the planet, no matter what product or service you sell, there's only about 3% of the people that are ready to buy what you're selling at that point in time. And then you have to educate them, and you have to get them over that education curve, and you have to drip on them, educate, and drip on them, educate, and move them down that line to where they're ready to buy. And you have the people that buy immediately, the early adopters, and then you have the people that are analytical, that take time, want questions. So this is why we do this. We want to target our ideal customer avatar to get those sales in. But at the same time, we start spreading that love to all the other people that are going to need more time for education and to take them along what's going on there. Now, the AI, the ICP is going to understand their pain points. It's going to understand their desires. It's going to understand their buying triggers. It's going to understand their fears. It's going to come up with their objections. It's going to come up with the income level. It's going to come up with their awareness of the problem, right? The whole, how aware are they of the problem? So this is something that is super, super important. Now you can see when we take the business context document, the brand voice document, and their ideal client avatar document, we can create websites, we can create landing pages, we can create copy, we can create email, we can create everything we need to grow our business, leverage our business, increase our business with those 3 documents. And like I said, I am going to tease you guys. Tomorrow we're going to do some of this stuff, and I am going to build a complete website right in front of your eyes. Because why? Because I need to build a website for Launch AI Academy. The old one we have is old and tired. So I was going to build today and then show it to you guys. I thought, well, why not just build it live tomorrow? Okay, so we're going to build it live tomorrow and show you how easy it is. Again, expanding your horizon, because I have not built a website since like 2011. And I built 5 in the last 6 weeks. Okay, so it's incredible. All right, any comments, ladies?
I am really looking forward to this series for sure. Ivy and I were just saying that.
Okay, so I'm going to find the download link, and we'll make sure that CJ includes the download link in the email. So when you get our emails, open our emails, reply back to them, move us to the primary tab, because we're going to start putting the pedal to the metal. I am done with the shiny object syndrome. I know what works. I know what doesn't work. I know when to say no, and I'm starting to say no. And we're going to take our businesses to a whole nother level. We want to take you with you. We want to take us. You want to go with us, don't you? Okay. All right. Let me see what else. I got number 4. All right. So here's the thing, right? Let's think about this a second. I didn't do this and do this training so you could write songs. I don't really think that's that. The idea was to expand your self-image, help you understand it's possible. We're doing this training because we want you to leverage these tools to help you get back on your feet, get more stuff, and we're going to continue to work on more leads, more sales, more leads, more sales, more leads, more sales. Say it. I want more leads, more sales, more leads, more sales. That's where we're going, and we want to take you with us. But we can't take you there with us if you don't have the foundation to leverage these tools to get quality output. Quality input gives you quality output. So that's what we want to do. It's all about money. I'm not doing this for free. We're in business. We're in business. We want to make money. We want you to make money. Here's my new favorite saying. I want it to be good for you. I want it to be good for me. And I want it to be good for the world. I learned that from Marshall Silver. That's a good one. I love that. Okay. So you got to take these things and you combine them into your AI master documents that you use, and you get that done. Okay. So God, this has worked out just right. It's like 11:54. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I want you to understand AI is not here to replace you. It's to expand you. It's to enhance you. It's able to leverage. And I don't want anyone to fire anybody, right? I want you to take whoever you have and have them 3x, 4x, 5x their productivity, because they're now using these tools. And I want you to scale your business, right? And you need to start thinking about that and what you're going to do, right? And then we're going to tomorrow, we're going to show you some prompt engineering strategies and exactly how you can. It's hard. writing good prompts is hard. It really is. I'm going to show you how to make it easy. Like literally, if you try to write your own prompt, it's hard. It's time consuming. But when you show up tomorrow and you see what we're going to share with you, you're going to say, wow, that was easy. Okay. So how many want to show up tomorrow? Put a big yay. That's me in the chat box. Okay. Oh, this is fun. Okay. So it really is that simple. Now, here's the other thing we're going to do. And by the way, we did not prepare for this. I literally spent 30 minutes before this. We knew what we wanted to teach, but I spent 30 minutes before to prepare. So you guys think this is pretty good content? Okay. So what we're going to do is we have been selling access to Launch Academy for $97 a month for years. Here's what we're going to do. I don't know what the price is right now because I haven't decided, but it's going to be extremely low. Extremely low. It's going to be the best price ever that I've ever sold Launch Academy for. A lot of times we give it as a bonus, as part of a bonus stack. So what we're going to do is, CJ, I'm gonna change the price for Launch Academy, and we're going to allow you guys to get access for $1 as a trial. And then I think it's going to be something way less than $97 a month. I haven't decided what. We're going to brainstorm about it. So in the email, she's going to get sending you the replay as well as giving you the link for tomorrow. We're going to have an offer, and this whole series is going to turn into a drive for Launch Academy. And I've been spending time deleting all the old, tired stuff out of Launch Academy, and we're going to be putting this new stuff. So the fact that you're live, you got it, but it's going to be in these full-blown replays are going to be in Launch Academy. So if you want the replay of this, it will be taken down from this live stream after our replay period, and then you have to be in Launch Academy to get it. Okay? So, and I know that CJ's like, oh, I didn't know that. It's like, this is something new that I came up with like 3 minutes before we started. Okay? So, and why am I doing that? Because I want to provide value. I want to get you guys in. I want you to become from a prospect to a customer. And I'm teaching, doing what I teach, and I want you to be a part of that. So I'm going to show some. Here is the inside of Launch Academy right now. We got the Pocket Offer Playbook. We got the Launch Ad Quick Guide. We got Launch Ads with Confidence, the 5-Minute Ads Manager, the $5,000 Client Getter. We got the, and again, some of these I'm still going to delete. We got the old Launch Shops Partners Program. We got Print on Demand. We got How to Do High Ticket Sales. We got Launch Your Merch Store. The shareholder calls is won't only be for shareholders. Here's one example. We put this together because of my background as a former investment banker. Lessons for the top 100 VCs, United States. Lesson 2, sample term sheets, receive private placement memorandums, elements of agreement, business plan evaluation checklist, business clarity questionnaire, sample licensing agreement, plain English guide to the language of capital, answers to the most common stock questions. This one course is worth $10,000. I literally spent $100,000 on legal fees of things that are in this course, but I'm sharing it with you guys. So anyway, we're going to give you that $1 trial. You're going to get access to the perfect pitch system, secrets raising capital, angel money marketing boot camp, and Etsy classes. And this course right here, the 7 steps to creating wealth through branding. We sold that course for $2,000. That is an incredible course on branding with my partner, who we refer to him as the $6 billion man. Okay, email marketing stuff. And again, we're going to get rid of some of the stuff that's still kind of old. We're not done doing that, but that's what's happening. That's where we're going. That's why we want you guys involved. We want to reward you for staying here. So you're going to get the Goldilocks blueprint in your email. We're going to give you a link to take your $1 trial, get into the Launch AI, again, Launch AI Academy. We're changing the name. So any last comments for you ladies, and we'll wrap it up.
No. Thank you for having me.
That was short and sweet.
I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Thanks, Ivy. How about you, CJ?
I'm so excited for this. If you couldn't tell by everything else that I was saying, I I'm just so glad that in this AI Academy, the Launch AI Academy, it it's going to change so many people's lives, and I know that's so important to you and important to me. And I'm so glad to be a part of this. And all of you out there that either saw it live or are here right now, we are here to help you make a difference in your business and make a difference in other people's lives as well. And you know, learn as much as you can and take advantage of it and leverage this to grow your business and grow your profits.
All right. Thank you, CJ. I want to say thank you very much. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time. We truly, truly want to help you because we know if we help you, it's this principle it's a godly principle. It's a biblical principle, but I learned it originally from Zig Ziglar. Help enough people get what they want and you'll get what you want. So until then, do what I do. Wake up every day with an attitude of gratitude and tell somebody you love them. And I promise you'll have a better day. Signing off.